here. Can you see it's recording now?
Yes.
Yes, okay. I hope there will be no interruption. Okay, anyway, I'm not so sure whether using this one is quality or not, so we'll check it out, okay? As of this time, I cannot really use everything here, but it's not necessary. The applause and everything not necessary. But later, I will try to make it work. This time I cannot figure out, okay? We're still, are we set?
Okay.
You had the homework. You have to do the table of multiplication. You start with 1 times 1, okay? Up to 5 times 10. Can you do that?
1 to 4.
Yes, 1 to 5. 1 to 5. 5 anyway is easy, right?
What?
5, is it easy for you? 5 times 1, 5
Yes.
times 2. Yeah. Okay, can you start with 1 first? 1 times 1.
1 times 1 equals 1. 1 times 2 equals 2. 1 times 3 equals 3. 1 times 4 equals 4. 1 times 5 equals 5. 1 times 6 equals 6. 1 times 7 equals 7. 1 times 8 equals 8. 1 times 10 equals 9. 1 times 10 equals 10.
Okay, if you notice, times 1 is very easy. You just, the same value, it yields the same value, right? Okay, now let's do 2.
I kind of
Yeah, again?
forgot the 3.
You forgot the 3.
Not really, but I don't really remember it now.
You give it a try. Maybe you can do it, okay? Just give it a try. Okay, let's do number 2 first. 2. Okay, start.
2 times 1, 2 times 1 equals 2. 2 times 2 equals 4. 2 times 3 equals 6. 2 times 4 equals 12. 2 times 5 equals 10. 2 times 6
Equals,
12. 2
yes,
times 2 times 7 equals 13.
2 times 7.
No. 14.
Yes.
2 times 3 equals 16. 2 times
Did you say 2
9
times
equals
2 times 8 equals 16, right? Okay. Yep.
2
times.
times 9 equals 18. 2 times 10 equals 20.
20. All right. Okay. If you notice the property of multiplication, the multiplicands, you can just interchange. It will yield the same value. So if you say 2 times 6 equals 12 is the same as 6 times 2 equals 12. You know, you just interchange the two numbers that you multiply, it will yield the same results. Okay? All right. So most likely, if you can actually do at least up to 5, you won't have so much difficulty with other, actually up to even 9. Okay, so let's try with 3. Can you do 3? 3 times 1?
3 times 1 equals 3. 3 times 2 equals 16. Oh, 9.
3 times 2.
Oh, 6.
Yes.
6. 3 times 3 equals 9.
All right.
3
Very good.
times 4 equals 12.
Mm-hmm.
3 times 5 equals 15. 3 times 6 equals
3 times 6 equals
5, 18.
yes, very good.
3 times 7 equals 8.
Yeah.
3 times 7 equals 20.
20.
21.
Yes, 21. Very good.
3
3.
times 8 equals 23.
20.
24.
Yes, very good. 3 times
3 times 9 equals 37. 3 times
20.
10
27.
27.
Yeah. And
3 times 10 equals 30.
okay, now I'll give you a technique so that you can easily memorize. I hope that it will help. So you know 3 times 1 equals 3, right? So when you go to 3 times 2, you just add another 3 from the results of 3 times 1. So 3 times 2, 6, right? So from 3 times 2, 6, you add another 3, that will be 3 times 3. So 6 plus 3, 9. That's the technique. Okay, sometimes maybe it can help for you. Okay, so from 3 times 3 equals 9. So the result, the product is 9. You add 3 to 9, that will be 12. So that will be 3 times 4. Like that. You just add 3 to the next, okay, to the next number that you are multiplying. Okay, that's one technique. Okay, so here comes, you said, let's go back. 3 times 1 is 3. 3 times 2 is 6. All right. So the if you are going to interchange, 2 times 3 is the same, 6. Okay. So 3 times 3, 9. 3 times 4, 12. Okay. So 4 times 3 is also 12. You interchange the two numbers that you multiply, the same value. Okay. Or still? Can we try 4? Let's try number 4.
4 times 1 equals 4. 4 times 2 equals 18. Oh, 8.
All right. It's okay.
4 times 3
3.
equals 12.
Very good.
4 times 4 equals 16.
Very good.
4 times 5 equals 5. 4
4 times 5 is?
4 times 20.
All right.
4 times 6 equals 44. 44. 74.
4, yes.
4 times 7 equals 28.
Yes, very good.
4 times 8 equals 46.
No.
No.
28 plus 4. What is?
32.
Yeah. Yes, very good. 4 times 8 is 32. Okay. 4 times
4
9.
times 9 equals 36.
Yes, very good.
4 times 10 equals 40.
Yes. So see, you can do it. You can actually do it slowly by little. If you do that every day, you will master it. Okay, like in an instant, oh, 3 times 4, 12. 3 times 8, what? 24. Like that. In an instant, it will be here with you if you're going to practice it every day. Okay? You need it. Actually, you need it in many cases. Even in real life, you need it actually. If you master it, things will be easy. Things will be quick for you. Okay, let's have 5. 5 is very easy. Okay? Yes.
5 times 1 equals 5. 5 times 2 equals 10. 5 times 3 equals 15. 5 times 4 equals 25.
5 times what?
20.
All right.
5 times 5 equals 25. 5 times 6 equals 30. 5 times 7 equals 35. 5 times 8
8.
equals 40. 5 times 9 equals 45. 5 times 10 equals 50.
Yes, you made it. 1 to 5. Okay, so you will start. You still have to practice, especially 4. Okay, 4 and 3. You try to practice. Don't forget the property of multiplication. You just interchange the two numbers that you multiply. It will yield the same product. So, for example, 4 times 3 equals 12 is actually the same as 3 times 4 equals 12. Okay, they will yield the same product if you interchange the position of the two numbers you multiply. Okay, Crystal, that's one property of multiplication as we have discussed before. Okay, so you are set with 1 to 5. I hope next week you are going to be familiar with the rest, the 6, 7, 8, and 9 especially. Okay, so you will start with 6, so memorizing it tomorrow. Okay, will be okay. How about 6 tomorrow? Can you do that? 6 tomorrow?
Yes.
Can you promise? Would you promise? How do you make a promise? How do you make a symbol or gesture of promise? I think it's like this, huh? Promise is like this. Pinky promise. What are you looking at the window? Something's wrong at the window?
So it looks like it's gonna rain.
There is something?
It looks like it's gonna rain.
It's going to
It's
rain?
really windy. And
Oh,
so it
okay.
started raining.
Oh, it's raining. Wow. Okay. It's, what is it? July? Yeah, it's rainy days in the Philippines, I think, right? It's rainy days in the Philippines. And do you know that here in Saudi Arabia, it doesn't rain at all? Yes, all year it doesn't rain. Sometimes when it rains, it's only a minute or seconds. Raindrops and then finished. It's like that here. It's very hot, okay? Sometimes it rains every 2 years, only every 2 years, and a very short time, actually. So Philippines is very lucky we have so much rain, right, in the Philippines. Okay, so let's have a recap of everything that we did about math, especially the operations addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. Let's have all together because tomorrow you're going to have live lesson. You don't have new lessons, right, Crystal? Did you have a good sleep? Did you have a good
Yeah.
sleep? Yes, you had. Did you have a coffee, cup of coffee or anything?
What's it?
You had? Yeah.
It's milk.
Milk. Oh, okay. Very good, very good. Okay. Uh-huh. Are you ready? I'm going to share with you our math lesson recap. Okay. So we're going to make it, so that you master it. Share screen. And where is my math? And there you go. Okay, so let's have addition of real numbers. You see my screen, Christelle?
Yes.
Okay, what's the rule in addition of real numbers? Okay, when adding real numbers with the same sign, the sum, okay, means the result of adding two numbers or more will have the same sign as the numbers added. Okay, it will have the same signs as the numbers added, but the numbers added must be of the same sign. Okay, you get it? So if you have this example, the two numbers 3 and 2 are positive, it will yield positive 5. Can you see that? Okay. And can you give me a number, same sign, and then you give me the result? Can you give me? You make an equation.
6
6,
plus 5.
6 plus 5 equals 6 plus 5 equals
11.
11. Positive or negative?
Positive.
Positive. All 6 and 5 are positive, so the sum 11 is also positive. So an example of negative. Okay, if the two numbers are negative, all right, what will happen? You will also add them, all right, as long as they're of the same sign, and then you will have the sum of a negative, all right? So negative 7 plus negative 2, that will be negative 9, okay? I think I have so much, what do you call this? It's too much, okay. Can you hear me clearly now, Christelle?
Yes.
Or is it comfortable, or are you feeling uncomfortable with my voice? It's okay? It's okay. All right, can you give me an example of two numbers with negative signs and you add them and give me the results? Can you think of numbers?
5 plus
Negative 5
negative 5
plus,
negative 4.
okay, what is negative 5 plus negative 4?
Negative 9.
It's also negative 9. Okay, so you remember? Can you tell me the rules? How do you express the rule? What do you understand about the rule? Again, can you tell me? Your own
If
words.
the two numbers are the same sign, also the
Sum.
sign of
Yeah.
the sum will be the same operation.
The same sign.
Same
Again. Sorry, I interrupted you. One more time. Your own words.
If the two numbers are the same sign, also the sum will be the same sign.
Yes, exactly. Very good. Okay. Now, what will happen if the the two numbers are of different signs? So in addition rule, you are actually not going to add the two numbers, but you are going to subtract, okay? The lesser absolute value, okay? So when adding real numbers with different signs, you subtract the lesser absolute value from a greater one, okay? It's always like that. It's raining? Oh, yes, I can hear the sound of the rain. Yes. Is it heavy? Oh my God, it's a heavy rain. I hope your internet will not be affected. All right, wait a minute. Let me, okay. All right, so again, when the two numbers are of different signs, you are going to subtract, all right? Subtract the lesser absolute value from greater one. So you will start with the big number minus the small number, no matter what the sign is. But the results or the sum will copy the sign of the number with the greater absolute value. Okay, you get it, Christelle? You understand? Okay, can you tell me what you understand? Can you tell me what you understand exactly?
If the two numbers have different signs,
Yes.
you will subtract.
Yes. How do you subtract? Subtract the greater number, okay? Subtract the lesser number from the greater number. So you will have the big number first and then minus the small number. Okay? Big number always and then minus the small number. And then the results, the sign of the result or the sum depends on the number with the bigger absolute value. You understand? Is it clear? Okay, so let's have an example. You have here -7 plus 2. Okay, so 7 is of greater value, so 7 minus 2. Okay, and then you will have -5 results because 7 has the greater value and it is negative. Okay, is it clear, Christelle? Okay, let's have another example. In this case, why the answer is +7 here, Christelle? Why the answer is +7?
Because the 9 is greater absolute value.
Yes, correct. Yes, 9 has the greater absolute value. Okay, so 9 minus 2 equals +7. All right, so is it clear, Christelle? Everything is clear?
Yeah.
All right. Now, it's very important to know the properties of addition so that you can do addition very well. Okay, so there are actually just 4 that you have to remember. Okay, what are this? The first one is additive commutative property. All right, additive commutative property tells us the order in which you add the numbers does not change the sum. Okay, so if you have a plus b, it's absolutely equal to b plus a. It will have the same results. Okay, so if you have an example of a substituted value of a and b, for example, a is 3 and b is 2, it will be exactly the same as 2 plus 3. So 3 plus 2 equals 2 plus 3. Okay, so you will see 5 here is and also 5 on the other side. The same results. Okay, you call that additive commutative property. Okay, all right. So that means the order of the numbers added does not change the result or the sum. Okay, is it understood, Christelle, this property?
Yes.
Is understood. Okay, very good. So next property is additive associative property. This tells us that the order in which we group, this time we group the numbers, and then when we group numbers, we use parentheses, all right? So if we group numbers or more, or 3 or more numbers, it does not also affect the sum. Okay, for example, you group this one here, and you group it in another way on this side, it will yield the same results. Okay, it will not change the sum. So if you have this one, if you group A and B as the same group, added to C will be equal to A when you group B and C. All right, so it will yield the same results. Okay, so A plus B in parentheses plus C is equal to A plus B plus C in parentheses. Okay, so if you have a concrete example, so 2 plus 3, that is 5, plus 4 equals 9, will be the same as 2. When you add first 3 plus 4, 7, plus 2, that will also be 9. Okay, so when you regroup the numbers, it will not change the value. It will not change the sum. Okay, it will not matter. Okay, Christelle? Yes, that is with addition. All right, let's have another property of addition. Okay, you have additive property. So in additive property, anything or any numbers added with 0 will be the same value. So when you add 0 to anything, it will be of the same value. It will not change the value because 0 has no value at all. Okay, So a plus 0 equals a, the same. So 3 plus 0 equals 3. Okay, you call that additive identity property. It's very easy to remember, right, Christelle?
Yeah.
Okay, let's have the next one. Additive inverse property. What is additive inverse property? Can you read, Christelle? What is additive inverse property?
Tells us that if you add a number with its opposite, you will always get 0.
0. Okay, what does it say? Let's look at the equation. So a plus negative a, that's the opposite of its value. So equals 0. So any number with its opposite will be equal to 0. So for example, if you have 4 added to its opposite, which is negative 4, that will be equal to 0. You call that additive inverse property. Okay, Christelle? All right. You understand? All the 4 properties of addition. It's easy to remember, right?
Yes.
Okay, now let's move to subtraction of real numbers. Okay, what do you remember about subtraction, Christelle? What do you remember about subtraction of real number? What do you do? Let me check. In your own words, in your own understanding.
Uh,
Mm-hmm.
if, if the two numbers are not the same sign, you will change
Mm-hmm.
the operation and the other number.
Okay. All right. The rule of the subtraction is to do it, you need to change the operation to addition first, and then get the opposite of the number. Actually, the opposite of the subtrahend means the second number. Okay. You're going to get the opposite only of the subtrahend, the second number. And then you proceed to addition rules. So whatever the results will be after changing operation and the opposite, you will follow the addition rules. Okay, Crystal?
Okay.
Okay, so let's try to understand it in detail. Okay, as you can see here, subtraction and addition are closely related. Why? Because when you say that they are closely related, that means because they are called inverse operation. They are inverse operation. Why? Because one undoes the other. Okay? Means
Okay.
subtraction is actually independent, sorry, not independent, but dependent to addition rules. Okay, that's because you cannot proceed to subtraction right away. You need to change it to addition first. Okay, so just as with integers, you can rewrite subtraction as addition to subtract real numbers. That's what it's saying. Okay, now to subtract a real number, it says there, you can rewrite the problem as adding the opposite, okay? Additive inverse, okay? So how do you do that? Okay, if, for example, you have here, note that while this always works, whole number subtraction is still the same. So what does it say? For example, you can subtract 38 minus 23 just as you have always done. Why? Because 38 is bigger than 23. You can just subtract right away if the situation is like this. Okay, but if the situation is otherwise, like if the first number or the mean one is smaller, this is where you're going to follow how to subtract real number. Okay, the steps. Okay, or you could also rewrite it as the rule says. So 38, change the operation, addition, and then change the opposite of positive 23. That's negative 23. Then you will yield the same result. Okay, both ways are actually possible. Okay, It's really up to you. Which one is easy for you or not? It's really up to you, Crystal, okay? So you have here 38 minus 23 equals 38 plus negative 23 equals 15, all right? So it's your choice in these cases, all right? As for me, if you want it to be easier, then just proceed directly to subtraction if you need to do it directly. Why you have to complicate things when you can make it simple, right, Crystal? All right. So if just for practice, you can follow the steps. All right, just for practice, but you can also find technique how to make things easier. Okay, Crystal? All right. Okay, this time I will teach you how to do subtraction quicker. Okay, so
Sir,
let's,
can
yeah.
you like send that out?
Oh, sure, sure. Okay.
Please, sir.
Okay, it's already good. Uh-huh. Okay, let's see. All right. It says here, you can only use your usual method of subtraction given the conditions. What are the conditions? Both menuin and subtrahend are positive. So if both numbers are positive, and that the menuin is greater than the subtrahend. So what does it mean exactly? Okay, I will show you in the board so you would understand exactly. Mhm. Let's see, you can see my board. Crystal, you can see my board?
Yes.
Okay, so I'll be using a very small number so it will be easier for you to understand. If you see equation like this, all right? Oh, can you hear me? Can you hear me from here?
Yes.
Oh, you can
Yes.
hear me. Okay, if you see equation like this, all right? That means that you can actually do subtraction right away. Why? Why? Because first, the two numbers are both positive. Okay, positive 5, positive 2. This is operation. Okay, it's not a sign, it's operation. Okay, look that when the subtrahend, okay, you call this minuend. The first number is minuend, the second number is subtrahend. Okay, Crystal, or to make you understand clearly, first number, second number. Okay, minuend, subtrahend. Okay, Crystal. All right. Now, how to know if the number is actually negative in the subtrahend part? So normally, if it is negative, your teacher will put a parenthesis, okay? Like this. Can you see that, Crystal? There is parenthesis. It's negative 2, okay? But if it is positive, there is no, as you can see here, there is no parenthesis. It means it is positive. Okay, Crystal, you understand? This this part here is confusing. Okay, because sometimes it makes you confused. Is it negative or is it positive? So how do you know it's negative? You have to look closely. There is parenthesis and then there is the sign. Okay, so this one is operation minus, and this one is sign negative 2. Okay, you understand
Yes.
clearly, Crystal? Okay, so
Yes.
don't get confused. All right, so let me use a red pen. My Black pen is problematic. Okay. Where's my other black pen? I have to use a new one. I have a new one here. Okay. Let me erase again because it's not clear. Okay, let's have positive 5 minus positive 2 equals, okay, now, in which, listen very carefully, in which situation you can do subtraction right away? This exactly, this situation, this is the exact situation where you can do subtraction right away. Why? Because first, the two numbers are positive, and then second, the first number is bigger than the second number. Okay, Christelle? Only in that two situations where you can do subtraction right away. So this will yield positive 3. Okay, you can just minus right away. 5 minus 2 equals 3. Okay, Christelle? Okay, so that when the situation is different from this in any way, you have to do the steps. What are the steps? First, you change the operation. So for example, if you have this equation, okay, so you have positive 5 minus negative 2. All right, so this is a different situation from here. Okay, so you have negative 2 here. Okay, so what is this? What are the steps? The first step is you have to deal with the operation first. Okay, you will change the operation to addition. So 5 plus, okay, negative 2 is, what is the opposite of negative 2? The opposite of negative 2 is positive 2. All right?
Yes.
All right. Change the operation to addition and then change the opposite. Change it to the opposite of opposite absolute value. Then proceed to addition rules. Okay, so that's the third step. So now you proceed to addition rules. This will be 5 plus 2. Forget about everything here. Then you will do this one. 5 plus 2, then it will be positive 7. Okay, Christelle?
Okay.
You understand? So there are only 3 steps. 3 steps only. Change the operation to addition, and then change the subtrahend with its opposites. And then third step, go ahead with addition rules, whatever the rules will need. Okay, Christelle? That's exactly how to do it. Let's have more example. Let's have, okay, for example, the first number or the minuend is negative. You have negative 5 minus positive 2. Okay, you have negative 5 minus negative 2. All right, now what you will do, the same, you have to do the 3 steps so that you will not be confused. Okay, so if you have negative 5, you copy negative 5. Change the operation, addition, and then this is positive 2. This is not negative 2, this is positive 2. So write the opposite, negative 2. Then proceed to addition. 5 plus negative 2. What does the addition rule say? If the two numbers are up, oh, they are of the same sign. Okay, they are of the same sign, so you're going to proceed to addition. Okay, so 5 plus 2, that will be 7. And since both numbers are negative, it will be negative 7.
Okay.
Okay, Christelle, it's easier now. Now, what's the technique? Okay, I'll give you the technique. You don't have to really go through the step by step, actually. If you know the technique, you can go ahead directly. So if it is subtraction, and then you see that it looks like this, okay? It looks like both are negative sign, although this is actually an operation, right? But since when you change this one, it will become negative also. Okay, so what you do is just add the two numbers, add directly the two numbers, 5 and 2. All right, so this will be 7. And then what will be the sign? You will follow the sign of what you see. So negative 7. As easy as that. That is the technique. Okay? You see the technique, Christelle? All right.
Yes.
So you actually see that they look like both are negative. So just add the 2, then 7, then it will be negative. As easy as that. Okay? Now, another technique in the other example. Okay. In the other example I gave you, 5 minus negative. Okay, what is the technique to easily do this one? Okay, so this one is minus and this one is negative, right? If you remember the multiplication rule, negative times negative equals positive, right? Positive times negative, positive equals positive. So this one is negative and negative. So this means it will become plus. It will become plus. So you can just actually just add directly. 5 plus 2 equals 7. Am I right? Yes, equals 7. That will be positive 7.
Okay.
Right? Because you just change this to positive. That's the technique. Okay, Christelle? All right? Yes. Let's try. Let's try if you can do this quickly. All right. You get your whiteboard. Do you have your whiteboard? Okay. Please get your whiteboard and your marker. Okay, there you go. Okay, you can use the technique I already taught you directly if you want to. But if you are confused, you can use the step by step, no problem. Number 1 is 7, positive 7 minus positive 3. Be careful with the signs. And then number 2 is negative 7 minus positive 2. Number 3 is 7, positive 7. Oh, thunder and storm? Thunder and lightning? Are you scared? Are you scared of... When I was young, I'm also scared of... I was so
strong.
Really? Yes. When I was saying I was also scared of thunder and lightning. Actually, I'm scared of the sound, the thunder. I was scared. And you know what I did when I was young? I cover myself under the table or behind the cabinet, or I get inside the cabinet. Does it also rain a lot in Norala?
Yes.
Also with thunder and lightning?
I don't
Oh, you can't remember? There must be a lot of thunder and lightning. And oh my god, what Kawa is doing in my headboard. Kawa, why are you there? My god, she is already able to jump up my headboard. Oh my god, the other two are also learning to do it. Did you copy all the numbers already, Crystal?
yes.
Okay. I will time you how much time you spend on answering. So we'll see if it's really quick. Are you using the technique I taught you or using the steps, step by step?
I'm using the steps.
The step by step. Okay, no problem. You can still learn the technique little by little. Oh my god, I heard it.
Yeah.
That's loud. Oh my god.
It's really dark outside.
Yeah. OMG. It's dark and it's still only, what time is it? Like 3 o'clock? Yeah, it's only 3 o'clock there, right?
I'm done, so
You are done. Let me see what your answers are. So you have 7 minus 3. You did just subtract right away 4. 7, negative 7, okay? Number 2 is negative 7 minus 2. Negative 7. Can you see that? Yeah. Please change number 2. Negative 7. No. What I mean is, can you see this one? Can you see number 2 clearly? Negative 7 minus 2. You yield a wrong answer because you wrote positive 7. It should be negative 7. Let's see. Now you will have negative 7 minus negative 2. That is wrong answer there. You have a wrong answer. Would you change? Mm-hmm.
write negative 5?
Yep. Negative.
5?
Negative 5? No, not negative 5. What did you do? You have negative 7. If you're going to do a step by step, plus negative 2, right? It will be like this. The second number is positive, you will change it to negative as well. So it will become both negative, which means you are going to proceed to addition rule. You're going to add the two numbers.
Is it negative 9?
Yes, negative 9. Okay, very good. It's negative 9. Okay. Okay, let's see your number 3. So number 1, number 2, correct. Number 3, that will be 7 minus negative 4. It will become positive, so positive 11, correct. What about number, can you move up? I cannot see number 4. What's your number 4? Negative 5 minus negative 2, that's negative 3. Correct. Okay, you get it, okay? You just had the problem with number 2 because again, you didn't see clearly that it's negative 7, okay? All right? Still, you cannot use the technique I taught you, right? It's difficult, the technique I was teaching you. It's still difficult to implement. Okay, again, I will teach you the technique, okay? I hope I can explain it very well. Okay, with number 1, it's absolutely very easy because this is bigger, this is smaller, and they're all positive. So directly you can subtract, right? In this situation, so this will be positive 4. In this situation, this is not the normal, so this is negative 7 minus positive 2. So although this is positive 2, this will just copy this one as the sign. Okay? So it will look like they are both negative. It will look like they are both negative. So proceed to addition. You just add them because they are both negative. So 7 plus 2, 9. Then what will be the sign? Negative, because both are negative. Okay? So if you see like this, it is subtraction, but it looks like the two have the same sign. Why? Because actually, although this is positive, in your mind, you just change it to negative. So what happens is that the operation automatically becomes the sign and then proceed to addition. Just 7 plus 2, it will be negative 9. That's the technique, the easiest way to answer it, or the quickest way to answer it. Not the easiest, but the quickest, okay? You get it, the technique here? I hope you can do it. All right, now, in the second one, what's the technique? In here, you have parentheses. When you have parentheses, remember that multiplication is sometimes like this. So remember, if you have like this, if you have like this, it means you are going to do multiplication, right? So in here, it looks like you are going to do multiplication of these two. The sign, this sign, subtraction sign, and the negative sign. So remember the multiplication rule is same sign, positive answer, right? So since this looks like the same sign, so it will become positive. So this will change to positive, all right? So it will become 7 plus 4, it will be positive 11. As simple as that.
Sir, is our tutor based on math or English?
Yeah, hopefully we can touch a little of English. We just have to finish a little more about multiplication and division. Why are you asking, by the way?
Nothing.
Okay,
I
okay.
guess.
Okay. All right. So did you understand the technique, Crystal? Okay. I hope you understand and you can apply it. Now, if you see it here, the same thing. In here, you are going to change this one to positive because negative times negative, it's positive. So this will become positive. So negative 5 plus 2, all right, so that will be 5 because they have different signs. 5 minus 2, it will be 3. Then what will be the sign? It will be negative because 5 is of greater value. As simple as that. That's the technique. That's what I do when I was a student. You know, I did the quickest way, especially if the teacher asked us to do the solving for just a period of time. Sometimes the teacher will give you only 1 hour to do something. So in that case, you have to apply the technique. Because if you're going to do the steps by the steps, it will be 3 steps. It will consume much time actually. Okay, but it's the safest way. It's the safest way. Okay, to make sure that you really get the correct answer. Okay, so you can apply the technique if you master it already. That will be okay. All right, Christelle?
Sir,
Just yeah,
I have a nature's call.
go. Okay, no problem. Go ahead. Hmm. Yes. I was playing with the stuffed toy. Did I get hurt? No, not really. You okay?
Okay.
Success?
Sorry, it long.
No problem.
Because I need chocolate drink because I'm really
Okay.
sleepy.
Yeah, go. No
Really
problem.
cold today.
Yeah. Go ahead, go ahead. You can sit a little. Did you already finish drinking?
Yes.
You finished? Okay.
No, it's okay. I'm
Yeah.
just drink it later.
Okay, no problem. Okay, so we'll see. Let's have the explanations here. Okay, you can still see the screen, my screen, right?
Yes.
You can see, all right. Okay. Yes, please read and try to understand carefully. Yep.
You can only use your usual method of subtraction given two conditions.
Okay.
Both menu and the subtrahend
Menu. Wait a minute. It's menuing.
menu and the
Uh,
subtrahend are positive, and that the minuend is greater than the subtrahend.
Okay, that's what I explained to you. These are the two conditions where you can use directly subtraction, okay? Both numbers are positive, and then the first number, which is the minuend, is greater than the second number, which is the subtrahend. Well, you have to remember if the conditions are those two, then you can do directly subtraction, okay? What about the next one? Can you read?
You can use your usual method of subtraction if your subtrahend is greater than minuend.
Mhm.
When both of them are positive,
Okay.
instead change the operation to the addition and rewrite the opposite of subtrahend, then proceed to addition rules.
Okay, wait a minute. I made a little mistake there. It should be both of them, not both of them. Uh, So just like what I have explained, okay, so you can only do subtraction right away given the two conditions said before, okay? So if the situation is like this, the subtrahend or the second number is greater, even if they're both positive, you cannot do subtraction right away. Instead, you will do the three steps. Change the operation to addition, rewrite the opposite of the subtrahend, and then proceed to addition rules. The three steps, okay? Which you already mastered, right, Christelle? Let's see the example here. So as you can see in this example, 23 minus 73. So the situation here is that 73 is greater than the first number. So in this case, you have to do the three steps. If you don't know the technique, if you still cannot do the technique I taught you, so change subtraction to addition, and then change the opposite of 73, positive 73 will be negative 73. Then proceed to addition rules. Then you have to remember the two rules in addition. If the numbers are of different signs, you will subtract. Okay, do subtraction. So 73 minus 23, that will yield, this is not positive, by the way, right? Is it positive, Christine? Do you think it is correct? Positive 50 or negative 50?
Positive, I think.
Is this correct? Positive 50? What's the answer for you?
mm,
You analyze. Is it positive 50 or
Positive,
negative 50? What is the greater number here? What is the sign?
It's negative.
Yeah, so it should be negative. The PowerPoint made a mistake. It's not teacher Eric, it's the PowerPoint. Sorry. The PowerPoint made a mistake, not teacher Eric, okay? Okay, negative 50, not positive 50. All right. Okay, see that signs are very important. If you make a mistake, your answer will be wrong. Okay, Christelle? Let's have the next one. Can you read, Christelle? And let's analyze.
When used also your usual method of subtraction given the subtrahend and when are of different signs.
Okay.
Instead, change the operation to addition and rewrite the opposite of subtrahend, then proceed to addition moves.
Okay, so if the signs are of, if the numbers are of different signs, you also cannot proceed subtraction right away. So the same thing, you do the 3 steps. Change the operation to addition and then rewrite the opposite of the subtrahend and then proceed to addition rules. All right, so here you go. For example, 382 minus negative 93, that will be, we change subtraction to addition here, so it will become plus, and then change the opposite of the subtrahend negative 93 to positive 93. This will become positive 475. Okay, we're still?
Okay.
All right, so we are, I think we are absolutely clear with the subtraction of integers, right? It's clear, right? Including the techniques I already taught you. You can use the technique if you master it already, or you can use the step-by-step, no problem. Okay, Christelle? Clear? Any question?
Yes.
Okay, let's do multiplication little by little. All right, multiplication of real numbers. It's pretty easy, the multiplication rules. Listen very carefully. Or do you remember the multiplication rules? Can you remember anything? How do you multiply numbers? What's the basic rule? Anything you remember? Yep. Give it a
Not
try.
really.
Mm-hmm. You can't remember anything?
No, not really.
Not really. Okay. Listen carefully. Okay. In multiplying numbers, all right, if the two numbers are of the same sign, whether it's positive or negative, as long as they are of the same sign, the product or the result is positive. Okay? If the numbers are of different signs, the product is negative. That's very simple. That's the only rule for multiplication. Same sign, positive. Different signs, negative. Odd number, negative. Even number, positive. Okay? When you say odd number, can you remember what is odd number?
Yes.
Give me odd number.
Um,
Numbers with no pair. 1 is odd number.
1, 1, 3, 5,
Yes,
7.
yes, yes, those are odd numbers. Okay, so if there is odd numbers of the signs, all right, you just look at the negative signs. If there are odd numbers of numbers with negative, then your result will be negative. If there are even numbers, 2, 4, 6, 8, then you will have the positive product. Okay, Christelle, is it clear? Okay, to make it really, really clear, let's read exactly what is said here. Okay, where is it? All right. Can you read, Christelle? The
The
product.
product of two real numbers with the same sign is always positive.
Okay, the products of two real numbers with the same sign is always positive. Example. That's
Huh?
okay. There is example there. Okay, so 3 times 2, both are positive. It will have positive 6.
Positive.
Yes, correct. And then the next example. Both are negative, negative 7 and negative 2. You multiply them, it will have positive.
Negative. Positive.
No, not negative.
Oh, yeah.
Positive. Same sign. You are thinking of addition rule. Don't think of the addition rule, okay? In multiplication rule, same sign, positive. Different signs, negative, okay?
Okay.
You get it? All right, as simple as that. Now, if that's the next one is 3 times negative 2, that will be negative 6 because the two numbers,
They
yeah,
have the same sign.
correct. Very good. Okay. So let's have next. Can you read this one, Crystal?
This also holds true if you multiply more than two numbers. If you multiply with an odd number of negative number, the product will be negative.
Okay, if you multiply with an odd number of negative numbers, that means maybe there is 1 negative, 3 negative, 5 negative, 7 negative numbers, 9 negative, and so on and so forth. You will have negative product as well. Okay, example. Let's have this example. So as you can see here, there are how many numbers here multiplied? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But then if you look at the negative numbers, there are 1, 2, 3. So 1, 2, 3. 3 means it's odd number, 3. Okay, so the result should be negative. That's why you have negative 60 here. Okay,
Okay.
you get it, Christelle? That's the rule.
Yeah.
Now, what's the other rule? Can you read this one?
Where area of
Whereas,
whereas
where,
if you
yes,
multiply with an even number of negative
negative
numbers,
numbers.
the product will be positive.
Okay, whereas if you have even number of positive, sorry, negative numbers, the product will be positive. Okay, so if you look at this example, let's try to see this example. Okay, there are 3 numbers being multiplied here, but 2 numbers are negative. So 2 numbers, it is positive, right? Sorry, it's even number. So the answer should be positive. Okay, 3 times 4, 12. 12 times 2, 24. This will become positive. Why positive here, Christine, again? Why is it positive and not negative?
Because the there is two odd. Oh, no,
There are,
there are two evens. The sign.
yes, correct. There are 2 even negative numbers. There are 2. Or there are even negative numbers. There are 2. What's
So
happening?
typical is so what?
Kendall
No,
is Kendall is trying to
no.
disturb you.
This
maybe
one.
maybe she wants to learn also. Oh, very cute. I want to have a dog here, but I can't have now. I have 4 cats already.
She
Very
wants me
difficult.
to carry her.
Yeah?
She wants me to carry her.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's sweet. All right. Do you carry her all the time?
No, not really.
I remember Kendall. Who's that? Kendall. I tried carrying Kendall. Is it Kendall or who?
She's there.
Yeah, the white one is Kendall, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They actually made a mess. They. They play with the tissue. There's
Oh yeah, they love playing with the tissue, even the cats, actually.
yeah,
They think it is a toy, you know? They play with it, especially when you round it like a ball, they will play with it. The
but
cats,
Kali is really quiet here.
yeah.
She's
Oh.
here at the table. Parent.
It doesn't bite, right? It doesn't also do like this, scratch you with the claws. It doesn't do
No.
like that. Right. It's good to have dogs actually because when you have cats, they bite and they scratch with their claws if you're not careful. Yeah. Okay. Let's get back. All right. So it's clear that the rules in multiplication is clear, right, Crystal? It's
Yes.
clear. Okay. So again, if the numbers are of the same sign, positive. If the numbers are of different sign, negative. If the negative numbers are of even numbers, yes, positive. And if the negative numbers are odd, okay, it means one, three, four, or there is one, there are three, there are five, there are seven negative numbers, it will yield a negative results. Okay, Crystal, is it clear?
Okay. Yes.
All right, we're almost done anyway, don't worry. So let's have the properties first because the properties will help you somehow doing the multiplication. Okay, I don't think we can have the English now because we are running out of time. It will be okay, right? Let's have the English anyway tomorrow if we don't have enough time. Okay, let's just finish everything, especially because tomorrow you have live class, right? For math.
Yes.
And don't forget, by the way, to send screenshots of whatever you need to do, okay? For
Yeah.
tomorrow. You have to send to me ahead of time, all right, Crystal? So
Okay.
that I can prepare your lessons very well. Okay, now let's have the properties of multiplication, all right? So as with the addition, there are a couple of properties of multiplication as well, all right, that you have to really try to understand. Okay. Now, if addition has addition commutative property, the same as true with multiplication. It has uh, um, multiplicative commutative property, all right? So that means the product is not affected also by the order in which you put the numbers. So whether you put this number here or this number there, it doesn't affect the results. It will yield the same results. So this will be understood in this equation. A times B is actually exactly the same as B times A. Okay? So it means the order doesn't actually matter the product. The same as true with addition, the order doesn't affect the sum. Okay, if you get an exact value of A and B, that will be 3 times 2 is actually equal to 2 times 3. Okay, Christelle?
Okay.
Actually, this multiplicative communicative property help you to memorize the table of multiplication. It will actually help you. All right, especially for example, if you can already do from 1 to 5, it will help you a little bit to know from 6 to 10. It will actually help you knowing the multiplicative communicative property. Okay, do you get what I mean, Christelle?
Yeah.
Understand? Okay, so remember the multiplicative commutative
Okay.
property and it will help you with your table of multiplication. All right?
Okay.
All right. It's very basic. You really have to memorize them. Okay?
Okay.
With
Maybe another mess.
she's making mess again.
The teacher is all over our floor.
Oh, it's all over yay. Oh my God. Be careful. She might be eating it. No?
Yeah, I don't know.
She shouldn't be eating the tissue. It might jeopardize her health. I don't know exactly. Yeah, but maybe it's dangerous. Okay. All right. It's understood. The first property. It's clear. Still. Okay. Let's have the next property. All right. Multiplicative associative property. All right. So the same as the addition property. Okay. So the product is not affected by how you group three or more numbers, okay? How you put the parentheses, it will not affect the product as well. So if to understand clearly, as you can see the equation here. So A times B in parentheses in the same group times C will be the same as A separated from group B and C. It's the same product, okay? To make it concrete, let's give values to A, B, and C. So if we have the same value, consecutive value of A, B, and C, that will be 2, 3, and 4. This will become 2 times 3 in the same group, multiplied by 4 will be the same as 2, multiplied by 3 times 4 in the same group. Okay? So to make, yes, to give the value, 2 times 3, what is 2 times 3, Crystal? 2 times 3? 6. 6 times 4. Do you know? 6 times 4? You know 4 times 6, right? 4 times 6.
What is the question again?
Yes. 6 times 4. Because 2 times 3 is 6, right? So 6 times 4. Or you exchange 4 times 6. What is 4 times 6? A while ago you memorized it. 4 times 6.
24.
Yay! So 4 times 6 is 24. Is the same as 6 times 4. You just, the multiplicative communicative property, all right? So 6 times 4 is 24. Okay, let's try the other side of the equation. 2 times, you're gonna do 3 times 4 first. So 3 times 4, what is 3 times 4? This part here. 3 times 4?
12.
12. Okay, now multiply the answer here to here. So 12 times 2. What is 12 times 2? You just double. Yes, 24. So you see the product on this side, on the left side, is the same as the product on the right side. Okay, that because of the multiplicative associative property. It means the groupings will not affect the product, just like the addition, the groupings also will not affect the sum. Okay, Christelle, is it clear? The two properties, it's clear now?
Yeah.
Okay, let's have the next property. Okay, multiplicative identity property. What does that mean? So it tells us that if we multiply a number with 1, the product is always the number, okay? You multiply any number with 1, the product is always the same number. Okay, so 5 times 1 is 5. 10 times 1 is 5. No matter how big the number is, you multiply by 1, it will be the same. Okay, so that is 8 times 1 will be A, all right? So an example.
Oh, wait, sir.
Go.
Tali is eating the tissue.
Oh my God, she's eating it.
No, no.
Oh my God,
No.
she's eating the tissue. Come here, baby. Come here. Mhm. Did you remove the tissue from Tally?
That?
Yeah. Tally is okay?
It's here now. Yes.
Okay, good, good, good. All right. Okay, so if you substitute the value of A, which is equal to 3, so 3 times 1 is equal to 3. Okay? Okay, Crystal? How about negative 1,000 times 1? What is the result, Crystal? Negative 1,000 times 1.
1,000.
What's the sign? Negative 1,000?
Negative.
Yes, all right, very good. All right, so let's see the next property. All right, it says here, multiplicative identity of 0. Okay, it says here that when you multiply any number with 0, will give you a result of 0 as well. So A times 0 will be equal to 0. All right, so example, 4 times 0 is equal to 0. Any number for that matter, you multiply by 0 will be 0 all the time. Okay, Christelle? It's pretty easy.
Yes.
Yes. Last property. The last property of multiplication is the multiplicative property of -1. And this property tells us that a product of a number and -1 is the opposite of the number. Okay, so any number you multiply by -1, it will yield the opposite absolute value. Okay, so A times -1 will be negative A. Why is that a 0? Not a 0, of course. I made a mistake. The PowerPoint made a mistake. Sorry. Right? Yeah, it should be negative. It's negative A. I overlooked this one. I had so many oversight here. Okay, so you have A times -1 will be negative A. Okay, the opposite value. Remember the opposite value, we use that in subtraction. We need that step 2, right? You need the opposite value of something. So you use the multiplicative property of 1, -1. Okay, the next one is, let's have it, the last property of multiplication. Sorry. My cursor, where's my cursor?
What?
All right. This is actually the same thing. Okay, I have to remove this one. But just as you can see, that's actually the same. All right. So that's it. That's the property of multiplication. Okay, 4 properties so far. You understand exactly all the 4 properties, Christelle? Okay, now let's, very good, all right. Let's have division of real numbers. Division of real numbers is pretty much easy. If you understood multiplication of real numbers, it will follow the same rules, all right? Same sign, positive. Different signs, negative. Okay, Christelle?
Yes.
Okay, first one. Okay, can you read the first one, Christelle?
The quotient of two numbers with the same sign is positive.
Okay, in multiplication, the result is called product. In division, the result is called quotient. Okay, the quotient of two numbers with the same sign is positive. All right, so example, 8, positive 8 divided by positive 2, that will have positive 4. Okay, if you have, can you read the next one?
Whereas the quotient of two numbers with different signs is negative.
Okay, whereas the quotient of two numbers with different signs will yield a negative answer, okay, is negative. All right, so example, -8 and 2, you divide -8 by 2, so -8 divided by 2, that will be -4. The answer is negative. Why, Crystal? Why do you think the answer is the two numbers divided? Because the two numbers divided are of the same sign or different signs? Okay, they have different signs, negative and positive. Okay, now let's have next one. The next one, Crystal?
the function of 0
Yes.
and any non-zero real numbers is always 0.
Yes, okay. So the quotient of 0 and any non-zero real numbers is 0. How do you see that? For example, this one, 0 divided by 1000, for example, that will be 0. Any number for that matter, by the way, when you divide 0 by any number, the result is always 0, okay? Now, since 0 does not have a multiplicative inverse, all right, you cannot divide any number by 0. So 1000 divided by 0 is impossible. That is, how do you call that? Cannot be. It cannot be, okay? So the one possible is only 0 divided by any number. Okay, 0 divided by 2 is equal to 0, but 2 divided by 0 is, or it cannot be. Okay, Christelle, is it clear? Is everything clear in our operations of real numbers? All right, let's see. Okay, do we need to have properties? Not really. Okay, last exercise on the whiteboard. Bring your whiteboard again, Christelle. Can you? I will, sorry. I will give you exercise on the whiteboard. Oops. Okay. Okay, I will just ask you to do one each, one addition, one subtraction, one multiplication, and one division. Okay? So number one is about, okay, okay, number one is 24, sorry, plus -11. Okay. Number two, mm,
I forgot, sir. In addition, I don't need to change, right? Or
in
I have to
addition,
change. Yeah.
are you going to change the operation? You mean the operation?
Yeah. Do
No,
I need to change?
no, you're not going to change the operation, only in the subtraction. But there is a case where you subtract, okay?
Okay.
Okay. If the number is not clear and the sign is not clear, you can ask me, okay, to clarify. So number 1 is positive 24 plus negative 11. You be careful with the signs. And number 2?
4 is number 4.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
But it's the number 4.
Pardon? What did you say?
Number 4.
Number
I
4?
can't see number 4.
Ah, number 4. Number 4 is positive 10 divided by negative 2. Positive 10 divided by negative 2. Okay. Another technique, Crystal, you also have to counter check at least 3 times your work, okay? If you're done, don't be confident that everything is okay. You have to check 1 more time or 2 times or 3 times, okay? As many as you can if you still have time. Oh, finish copying. You can use calculator, Crystal, if you need it. You're done. Let me see. All right, positive 13, correct. Positive 22. Number 3, can you move up? Number 3 is 5 times negative 8.
Oh.
Yes. Are you sure about that?
Negative 40.
Yes, very good. You remember. Number 4 is, are you sure about that? How about your sign? Same rule with multiplication. If signs are different, negative.
Oh.
Yep. Signs are different, negative. Negative 5. Yes, very good. Okay, Crystal? Okay, now I will give you a tip again, another tip. When you are asked to do examinations, quizzes, or any homework, if you are given limited time, okay, when you finish doing something, you have to check it at least 3 times, because sometimes we just make mistakes. Okay, we are human beings. We make mistakes so often. So to avoid mistakes, you need to counter check. You call that counter checking. You counter check your work at least 3 times, okay? Before you give your answer, for example, to your teacher, okay? In that case, you can get almost perfect score all the time, because that's what I did when I was a student. That's why I always get a perfect score, because I always check. Okay, Christelle? Okay, do you want more example or you're already okay? You want more example? You're okay? You're okay? You're done? Everything is clear? All right, is there any question? Any question? So I guess you will be ready with your live class tomorrow, right? What time is it there, Crystal?
3:58.
It's exactly 3:58. After your class with me, what is your plan? It's still raining there? Is it still raining? Not anymore.
No.
Oh, it subsided. The rain
What?
subsided. The rain subsided means it stopped already.
But it's still dark.
Oh, it's still dark. It's still gonna rain probably. Yeah. You cannot go cycling, right? Do you usually go cycling every day?
Like every afternoon.
Oh, did you do it today? No,
Not,
not today because it was cloudy and it rained, right? You be careful when you go out, okay? The road must be slippery. Yeah, you be careful. All right?
the dogs are asleep already.
Yeah. Huh?
She's sleeping.
Oh my God. She's sleeping already? Oh, she easily falls asleep, maybe, just like my cats. My cats keep on sleeping actually, and right now they are asleep. But when they're alive, I mean they're alive now. When they're awake, I mean when they're awake, they they keep on playing. So my place
Yeah.
is really a mess. I have to do
And
it myself.
so baby girl and YOLO. They're like best friends. Baby girl.
Oh, baby girl,
You
baby
know
girl.
YOLO, right?
Yeah, I know Piolo. Yes, yes. The one with the black spot, right? A little
Yeah.
black colors. Yes, yes, I know.
Black and white.
Black and white. Yes, yes, I
They're
got it.
they're best friends.
Really? But you don't have cats, right? You don't have cats, yeah. You have no plans of getting one cat.
I want to experience having a cat.
You want to experience, yeah. But cats are difficult to deal with, actually. To tell the truth, I never wanted to have a cat because I know the problem. The claws, they will scratch you and hurt you, and also they have this tiger-like character. When they are angry, they will they will like this, and then they will tend to bite you actually. And then they
Yeah,
have,
when they're in the mood.
yes, yes, a little dangerous actually if you don't know how to deal with them. But anyway, I'm starting to love cats because I already have four. Yeah. And in the Philippines, I already have Bella. Bella is there. It's with,
Um,
yeah, it's with,
yeah.
yes. So I want to have more actually, and hopefully, if I am there already. Yes. Okay, Christelle, if you don't have any questions, do you have any? Any questions? Everything is clear? Everything is very clear about integers? Okay, so you remember it? Yes, you remember you have a homework, 6 times 1 to 6 times 10, all right? And your journal entry, diary entry, by the way. Can I ask you? Can I ask you that? Okay, and
Yeah.
third one is screenshots of anything new in your online class in Ateneo. Okay? Okay, if you have a new lesson in math, you have a new lesson in English, or things that you need to do, let's do it together. So screenshot them and send it to me. All right? Okay, Christelle? Are we set?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. You have a good weekend still, Christelle, and I hope you are okay and everything will be okay with you. If you have any problems with your math and English, I'm here to help all the time. 24 hours. Send me a message offline, no problem. Okay, Crystal? Okay, so we got this. Yeah, all right. Okay, bye for now, Crystal. You can hang out. Take care.
Okay,
See
thank
you
you.
tomorrow. Yes, thank you also. You're welcome and thank you. I'll see you tomorrow.